What's happening, Nibbler? How we doing tonight, my man? Bring him in. Bring him in. I don't remember anything. No. The rhino and like the yak. What is he? A bison? I don't know what that dude is. I like yak. I'm not even sure I know what a yak is.
Now, who's that rope for, Miss Dunn?
Weekly.
We did this part already. I thought.
What the
I
hell
wasn't
are
ready
you
for a
doing?
quick time.
Hey, look! Isn't that Cassidy?
Don't change the subject, you sad little...
Why don't we settle this over ice cream, huh, John? Just like in the good old days.
How did you get up here? I don't want anyone to see you.
We totally did this, didn't we? How come we didn't save? If it's got to load this much shit, you'd think it would have been a quick save somewhere. Oh, excuse me.
Everyone, even the most hapless of creatures, has a gift. Something that makes them special.
Alright, I guess that
worth
means we can
knowing.
get caught up at least.
Foul-smelling Weekly is no exception. No matter what he does, it's impossible to stay mad at him for too long.
This bourbon shake is delicious. Want a taste?
You know I don't like milk.
Your loss. So, Joe Dunn
Dude, I made
hangs
a vanilla
himself,
shake today.
leaves his gym
Mwah.
to his daughter, which makes her the first woman to run a boxing gym, I think.
The real question is, why did he commit suicide?
Well, it's pretty obvious.
Is that
That's the
so?
opposite answer.
Care to shed some light on this, Sherlock?
Oh, there's no need to look for reasons. People hang themselves every day out of sadness. And stuff like that. End of story.
He had money problems.
Everyone knows that Jim had some serious money issues.
He did say a bourbon shake.
Maybe he just got tired of fighting.
I didn't make a bourbon shake, though.
Well, it doesn't really matter. It's just a hunch. I wouldn't bet my life on it. I've got other suspects, like O'Leary, bookmaker.
Desmond O'Leary? The same O'Leary who used to date Helen Moore? America's sweetheart? Now that's a woman.
And then there's
Hubba hubba.
Rawls. Who was that guy?
Come on. You've never heard of Frank Cassidy?
Nope.
The president of the Boxing Managers Association?
Nope.
Who's also Stone's agent, Bobby Yale's rival.
He might know why Dunn killed himself, right?
Where are you going?
I decided to ask Weekly to investigate Cassidy. My reasons? Weekly was right. Cassidy could have known why Dunn killed himself. Weekly had already proven to be nosy. The farther I kept him from the gym, the better. But with Weekly, you just never know what the best approach might be. Should I give him an order or a subtle suggestion?
What's suggested?
Yeah, you might be right about Cassidy. But, it won't be easy to make him talk. He seems like a pretty tough cookie. Only a thorough and efficient detective could pull it off. But the problem is, I already got enough on my plate.
You're a lucky man, John Blacksad.
Oh, yeah?
I don't follow.
You just found the thorough detective you need.
Oh, of course. What a great idea. How did I not think of you?
Hey, don't sweat it. But you'll have to do me a favor. Tell Sonia Dunn that a legendary journalist from What's News wants an interview.
Weekly, please.
Well, if not, bye-bye, Cassidy.
Come on.
You know, there's a third option. What if I tell Sonia to sue you for spying on her?
You wouldn't.
Huh, try me.
Okay, you win.
That's right. Got him.
So, was there really someone on the roof?
False alarm.
No one. I must be seeing things.
A hallucinating detective. This must be my lucky day.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Why'd you even change it? Alright, let's remember how to do this.
Dunn kept files on the gym's staff and clients. Name, address, and date of birth.
Oh. Dunn's wife's wedding ring with an envelope. Sonya's name handwritten on it. I can't get to the one I want. Oh, it's gotta have something to do with these cards. No, 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 no. Oh, so close. No, why'd you take that away? I wasn't done. Is it the slur? Oh, you didn't want him to say Lord Dibbler? What the hell are we missing here? Hey, I got one.
Were Mary Purnell and Joe Dunn an item?
Okay, they're just adding stuff in there to hell of it now. What is it gonna be? Oh, maybe we don't have any more.
I'd like to take a look inside that safe now. Could you give me the combination?
I'd love to help you, but my mother's birthday used to be the combination, but I already tried it.
It's gonna be old girl's date of birth. The new boo.
What if Mary's birthday is the combination to the safe?
She was an employee, right? She was a cleaning lady.
And there it was, Mary's birthday. A week prior to that
El
very day.
Nibs. What do we got new on here? Mary's birthday might open the safe. That's funny. I did it before. Alright, let's go through it all. Okay, that was nothing. Business insurance policy. Last will and testament.
You open the safe?
Yeah, and I think you need to see this. Can you tell me what it says?
All right. I think this might be useful for the investigation, Mr. Detective. He left everything to me, except some boxing trophies and knickknacks that'll go to Bobby Yale.
When was it signed? That's a good question.
When was it signed?
It was written 4 years ago, just weeks after I moved to Buffalo.
Do you think Bobby Yale read it before he disappeared?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think Nibbler's better too.
Congratulations. You're one lucky lady.
Nibs
I'll
is more
pretend I
like
didn't hear that.
Short for it.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Thanks. Miss Dunn, can I run a couple of questions by you?
If they'll help you find Yale, go ahead.
Nice and steady heartbeat.
Oh, wow.
Big,
Pretty
bright
eyes.
eyes. Looks well rested. Either she didn't mourn her father, or she really knows how to work that makeup.
Precise. I want to see what else is in the...
That's it for now. I get it. You don't like me. But there's something you need to know.
I'm all ears.
Rest assured, I'll find Bobby Yale.
Duly noted, Mr. Blacksad.
I never would have taken Dunn for a gun owner.
Right, he was a
A
boxer.
few bucks. Just petty cash.
Come on, you're in the way. Just keep going. Whoa. Alright, so now we can get out of there. Just in case, I didn't know if there was anything useful in there. What's the interview of the week?
You see, I've got this friend. He's a journalist, and
Oh, I didn't want to do that.
the thing is, well, on second thought, forget I said anything.
I see. Quick to forget your friends.
I saw you arguing with a guy named Cassidy. What did he want?
You remember the fight that needs to take place in order to save this gym?
Well, Cassidy manages Yale's rival, Stone, the reigning champion.
If Bobby doesn't show up, he'll lose money. Maybe not a lot, but enough to care.
Oh, of course you will.
I never asked about the gym's insurance.
That's exactly what I'm reading now. So far, it looks like your standard small business policy.
Did you and your father get along?
Let's just say our relationship got better when I left for Sunny University. An 8-hour drive from here.
Meaning?
I'll lay it out for you, Mr. Blacksad.
Please
My
do.
father, Joe Dunn, disappeared the day my mother died. He became a shell of himself. Joe Dunn, my legal guardian. A man who gave me food, shelter, clothing, and an education. And that's more than you need to know.
Whoa.
I think I know who had your mother's ring.
You do?
Mary Purnell. I think she was in love with your father.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, shit. Oh, I was supposed to keep that a secret?
What can you tell me about Jake?
I thought you were friends. Guess I was wrong. He and my father were friends, so don't go down that road.
Did you find anything interesting in those papers?
No. Investigation work takes time, as I'm sure you know.
Did you find anything interesting in those papers?
No.
Okay.
Investigation work takes time, as I'm sure you know.
We're kind of pissing people off. I like it.
I don't know why. Something just doesn't add up.
Guess we should talk to Jake. He's a mean looking
Thanks,
gorilla.
pal.
So, what else can you tell me about Dunn's death?
Well, not much. My memory's not what it used to be.
Dunn wasn't black, but he allowed you and Bobby Yale to train here.
Yeah, this was the first integrated gym in the city, I think.
But not everyone liked that, hmm?
You've seen the graffitis, right? If I get my hands on that bastard...
Do you have any idea where Bobby Yale could be?
Not a clue.
I dropped by Bobby Yale's apartment. I think he might be involved with O'Leary, the bookmaker.
You sure? Yale had some dark years, no doubt, but Dunn turned him into a decent guy. I'm no detective, but I wouldn't follow that lead.
Do you know any of his relatives?
His father, Avenarius.
Avenarius? The boxer poet? Didn't he disappear 20 years ago?
Yeah, and his wife, Bobby's mom, died shortly after. Dunn is the closest thing the family the poor kids had ever since.
If Yale's gonna fight the reigning champion, he's got a big career ahead of him.
He hasn't lost a single fight since he turned pro. The little bastard beat the socks off me a few years back.
You said Yale joined a gang back in the day? Know which one?
Hell, I don't know, John. This is New York City. There are more gangs than people.
I think he's lying to
What
us
was
there.
Joe Dunn like?
He was a decent man. Have you seen all those slogans on the wall? Those motivational phrases? Joe really believed in them. All of them.
He played the saxophone, right?
Yeah, pretty well for a white boy. But he quit when his wife died. Makes no sense, right? I mean, nothing draws chicks like the brass. Why quit when you're finally free? Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, you're a cool guy, Jake.
Did you know Joe Dunn had a gun in his safe?
No way, man. He hated firearms. Although,
He had one. He was strapped.
when Bobby Yale was a teenager, he went through a crazy phase. Even dropped out of the gym and joined the gang. Nothing serious. Early one morning, he broke in the gym. Joe was already here and caught him red-handed. Bobby pointed the gun at Dunn and ordered him to open the safe. So, Joe opened it and asked Bobby to put the gun aside, leave the gang, and start boxing again. I got here 5 minutes later and found Bobby crying like a baby in Joe's arms. Then he just stood up and put on his gloves.
I found an empty wine bottle on the rooftop. Did Joe Dunn drink?
Only for a while, back when his wife died. But eventually he quit. After that, he'd only drink on special occasions.
Okay.
Joe Dunn or Joey Dunn?
Huh? Nobody called him Joey. Well, maybe his wife. Although, she didn't call him anything after she died.
Whoa.
What
Not
can you
cool,
tell me
dude.
about Sonia Dunn?
Not cool.
She's hot, ain't she?
You two seem to get along nicely.
Well, I've known her since she was a baby. But she sure has grown, if you get my drift. I hadn't seen her since she left for college about 4 years ago.
It seems like her father's death didn't really upset her.
Well, she likes to play it cool, which makes her really hot.
I better let you get back to your drills.
All right.
Okay. I want to get back into the ring. They won't let us. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. We don't have any matches in there, so no reason to do that. It's time for me to stand. I do need to get some water. Oh, we're just gonna break into everybody's. Oh.
Smells like paint.
Stained red towel in Arthur Tucker's locker. Arctic Nation strikes again. Integrations of Mortal Sin. Look at these dudes. One of the 7 members arrested during the riots. Tucker's an amateur boxer, allegedly broke a police officer's jaw.
Bastards.
Oh, on his coat?
The proud South.
Paul Stewart. Yeah. Yeah. I like his face.
Arthur
He's like,
Tucker painted the racial slur on Yale's locker. Of course.
we can break into everybody's locker now, huh? Whole Another Poems by Abraham Greenberg. Okay, so that means we get to come back to this? Usually it kind of just, we're done with it. Whose locker is this? Is it Jake's? It's gotta be Jake's.
What the hell? Jake, give me one good reason not to smash in your face. What the hell are you doing in my locker?
I'm a detective. That's what I do.
Yeah, and my friend too. But that's what I thought.
Get off me.
Sometimes, John, I could just punch you.
Jake do it? Someone threw a chest expander in the trash.
Well, I know this much. The chest expander in the trash belongs to Yale.
We're not done in there, actually. My favorite battle.
Damn. I'd forgotten that Jake used to work for Natalia. This proves I was right. It's too soon to move on.
Buffalo works for O'Leary. Yeah, you didn't say
Why
Shamrock.
do you
but
have
it's
that
good.
pen, Jake? What mess are you in?
Jake says he works for O'Leary. He does look pissed. Look at him.
Okay, Jake.
I told you.
Desmond O'Leary.
Huh?
I know you work for him.
Now you're just making stuff up. Why would you say that?
I saw the shamrock in your locker. I know what it means.
Okay, let's say you're right. So what? What are you gonna do, huh?
Nothing, you're my friend.
We're pals. I won't do a thing. But please, tell me the truth.
Okay, I guess I should have said something. Business isn't going that well lately. Natalia was my last well-paying job, and it's been a while. Then O'Leary shows up and offers me a bodyguard contract. What was I supposed to do?
Say no.
You could have said no.
Yeah, like you never take shady business.
Yeah, that's true.
I've done things like that, and worse, that I'm not proud of them. I've also said no more than once.
Hey, O'Leary might run an illegal gambling operation, but it's not like he's killing people or conning widows. And I'm just a bodyguard. I make sure no one gets hurt. What I do, including my contract and paycheck, is 100% legal. How bad can that be?
It's paying you with dirty money.
O'Leary pays you with dirty money, and you're part of a criminal organization. There's no two ways about it. But that's not what bothers me. I know you're covering up O'Leary's role in Joe Dunn's death.
Huh? O'Leary? No way. I mean, I don't think so.
Jake, please.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it now. I was here the day Dunn died.
Go on.
I had to take care of some business for O'Leary. He makes me wear the shamrock when I work for him. As you know, I left the damn thing in my locker.
Say no more. You came in the back door.
How did you... Yeah, that's it. Joe had mentioned he'd been painting that afternoon, but I forgot. I stopped in my tracks when I saw him screaming bloody murder at Bobby Neal at the top of the scaffold.
What was he saying?
What exactly was he saying?
Something like, if you do that, I'll call off the fight and make sure you never set foot in this gym again. I didn't want them to see me, so I left.
Jake, why didn't you tell me?
See, I knew you'd be mad.
Obviously.
I'm sorry, John. I should have said something.
Yogi.
You should have. Let's just say you owe me one, all right?
You sure drive a hard bargain, John. All right.
Time to go. I need to think about everything you just
I
told
think we
me.
might need that. Nothing else to talk about?
Not all folks are as open-minded as Dunn. I happen to know who painted the lockers. Arthur Tucker.
I knew it. I knew it was him, that bastard. I'm gonna whip the white out of him.
Do you remember anything else about Joe Dunn and Bobby Yale's argument?
No, not really, no. Only Joe yelling. If you do, I'll call off the fight and kick you out of the gym.
I don't know why. Something just doesn't add up.
He's too short to reach that.
Sonia's measurements stop at 18, and there's a gap in Bobby's between ages 15 and 17.
They're all little.
Did you find anything interesting in those papers?
No. Investigation work takes time, as I'm sure you know.
Oh, as I'm sure you know.
Dunn's room had quite a view.
How do you get the rope up there? That's what I want to know. No pain, no gain. No guts, no glory. Use the phone? Why would we call the rhino's wife? Let's call the chief officer Smirnoff. Let's see what he's got to say.
Smirnoff.
Joe Dunn, the boxing coach. You hear anything about his death?
Blacksad. Is that you?
You got me. How's everything, Chief?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks for asking. Too much work as usual. As for Joe Dunn, he hanged himself. End of story. I'm too busy, John. I can't afford to put a single man on the case. Why are you asking?
Dunn and the gym's cleaning lady were about to get married.
Great. Call What's News. They'll know what to do with such an incredibly interesting piece of information.
Yeah, why
The
would he kill
combination
himself?
on Dunn's safe was her birthday. He even gave her a ring. You know, your typical suicidal bliss.
Okay, I'm still not convinced, but I might have something for you.
Do we have to go and get it? Like, what's going on here?
Life is off and off key, like a bad song. The notes come together but feel flat, unable to create anything resembling music. And yet, there are ways to string them together to create harmony. Ways that are not always entirely in our hands.
So, if Blacksad's and Jake are black dudes,
You look
and
tired,
like the
John.
white people are like white dudes, I'm a cat, bro.
I can't help it. It's just the way we cats are.
Well, I can't help but be glad to see you. Yep, I'm beat. I'm starving. Just got back from the annual police medical. Not only did I have to fast, but I also had to chug 2 enormous glasses of water. John, you all right?
I've had better days, and I'll have them again, I hope.
We both deserve to. The thing is, I'd love to help you out with this case, but I can't. You know I work for the state of New York. If I had any information, I couldn't share it with a private eye. Even if it was lying on top of this table.
You said you were starving. Why don't you go to the counter and order something?
Yeah, sure, good idea. If you'll excuse me.
Alright, quarter report. Alright, it's preliminary. Medical team 5-3, deceased, Richard Dunn, Dick Widower. Here's a Lynx 5-5. Violent asphyxia caused by a rope around the neck. Represented 4 ring-shaped marks around the entire circumference caused by said rope. Swollen and slightly scraped knuckles on the subject's right hand, probably recent trauma. So he did get no fight, but he was a boxer. He's a boxing
Interesting.
coach. No internal autopsy was performed since the external evidence seems sufficiently conclusive. Sufficiently. 7 p.m. on October 19th.
Now that I think of it, I better eat at home. It's healthier.
Thanks.
Truth is, John, it all seemed clear to me before, but now? Please, promise me you won't take the law into your own hands. I'd like to think we're not just vigilantes.
I'll try, but sometimes there's no alternative.
All right. In any case, keep me posted, will you?
Hello, man.
Friend, you can count on it.
Take care, John.
As always, Smirnov had given me new, potentially relevant information. Not to mention second thoughts. When an old dog like him gets that serious, one must be prepared to bite.
Oh, we got 3 new deductions. Now I really need to get a drink of water. So let's knock these out, and then we'll get it. Done. Who's more?
I'm much taller than Dunn, and I can barely reach the noose. There's no way Dunn hanged himself.
Dun dun dun.
Not on his own, at least. Bobby Yale. I don't know if you had a motive to kill Dunn, but you certainly had the murder weapon.
Okay, I was expecting that one. No. Oh, man. Okay. Something painted trash. Is it done one of the... Do we still have ones to solve? Yeah, it says we got 3 of them. What do the knuckles have to do with anything?
Dunn must have punched the can while he was arguing with Yale. I guess that explains why he threatened to call the fight off.
Okay, Dunn threw it in there.
Christ. Did Yale kill Dunn just because he wanted to call off the fight?
I always knew Bobby had issues,
This is
but
reckless
I never thought
speculation.
he'd go that far.
I couldn't say. In my line of work, you really shouldn't jump to conclusions.
But the chest expander, the box in his locker, the marks on my father's neck. It all leads to him. In any case, that doesn't change a thing.
It does, actually. Now we know he didn't kill himself.
My father's still dead, and you still haven't found Bobby Yale. Nothing has changed. Opening the safe and finding my father's will won't help us achieve anything. So please hurry. Time's wasting.
Alright, I gotta get a drink. I'll be right back. All right, all right, all right.
I don't know why. Something just doesn't add up.
Yeah, you did. We just figured it out. We gonna talk to Jake? Tell him that his boy was murdered? Keep going, homie.
I'd prefer a yellow Cadillac, but I can't complain.
Can we take it somewhere?
I'd prefer a yellow Cadillac, but I can't complain.
Alright, so Sam's Diner is apparently just down the street. Come on, lady, get off my ass. Could be one of those cards, yes.
I know you're hiding something.
What?
Happy birthday. I just found out it was a week ago.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. I'm sure you received wonderful presents. For example, your date of birth used as the combination for Dunn's safe.
My goodness. I can't talk here. My shift is over in 10 minutes. Can you wait a while?
Can I get a refill over here, Mary?
Coming right up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So where are we going to talk? We're going to go on the rooftop? Because I bet that wine was hers.
Mary Purnell, the angel Joe Dunn found in his golden years.
We'd been seeing each other for almost 2 years. It all
2
started
years.
with, well, weekdays I start cleaning the gym at dawn, before my shift at the diner. Joey always came in early, just a little after I got there. He used to say it was the best time for the worst task of the day.
Oh, I know exactly what he meant. Say no more. Paperwork.
He really hated it. One morning, he saw me crying. I was having a rough day and...
You're pretending he took advantage of you? He tried to cheer you up. He was a
tried to
good
make
guy.
you smile.
He pointed at the coffee machine. You need a cup of joe and some fresh air. That was the first of many cups on the rooftop.
Been done seduce you.
which is where Dunn seduced you.
That word is a bit too much, Mr. Blacksad. You might be too young to understand this, but real love has little to do with seduction. One day, we realized those rooftop coffees were the best part of our day. So we began to spend more time together.
But you never told anyone.
Did you tell him?
Or perhaps you told someone else?
No one. Joey didn't want Sonia to hear about it from someone else before we were sure of the relationship. He was afraid that our relationship would only make matters worse. Until one day, on the rooftop, we realized just how serious our relationship was, and we decided to turn those moments into a lifetime.
So he asked you to marry him?
Yes, of course. He gave me the wedding ring, and we decided to tell the world. He said he needed to share that happiness with his little girl. Turns out, he wasn't that happy after all.
What about Yale? Wasn't he like a son to him?
Maybe you already noticed, I have a slight cold. I really should be heading home.
Maybe you should cover your neck.
I lost my scarf a while back, not sure where. And now, if you'll excuse me, that's my bus stop. A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Blacksad.
Sonia's indifference never ceased to amaze me. But most importantly, why was she so opposed to Yale?
John Blacksad? I think I owe you an apology.
You do, you do.
Apology accepted. But what exactly are you apologizing for?
Listen, I don't think my fellow workers treated you with the respect you deserve. I'm so sorry they wrinkled your suit. The thing is, they didn't know we shared a common goal. Bobby Yale. I want to find him and get to the bottom of this as much as you do, Mr. Blacksad. So please, kindly accept my invitation. Why not share our findings? Come on.
No.
I'm afraid I have to say no. I can't ride in a fancy car with a wrinkled suit.
Oh, I don't see why not. In any case, if those little wrinkles make you uncomfortable... I always play it nice and safe.
I guess I'm going. Look at the driver. Did you guys see the driver? He looked like you'd think an animal driver would look like. Look at him. Look at him.
Thank you, Blacksad. You won't regret this. So let's cut to the chase. I need Bobby Yale to fight Stone. There's just too much money at stake. So, I'm offering you my help to find Yale. Let's work together.
What kind of help do you need?
What kind of help do you need?
A simple exchange of information. You're a good detective. And I, well, let's just say I have my own ways of making people talk.
Nah.
I think I'll have to pass this time.
Why? What? Do my own ways scare you? Please, hear me out. Let's say I bet a beer that we find Yale in 3 days, and you bet a beer that we don't. In 3 days, One of us has to buy the other a beer. Is that so bad? We're simply two grown men using our money and free will to conduct a small private exchange. And most importantly, we're not hurting anyone. So, yeah, I run a gambling business. What's so bad about that?
Well, it is illegal.
It's illegal for starters.
Illegal? Let me tell you what should be illegal. The way our government is ruining America. We live in a so-called free country. A place where honest people can make a living, provided they don't hurt anybody. We're not communists. Well, at least I'm not.
I would have never thought otherwise. As for me, let's just say I sympathize with their cause.
Fair enough. You sure look the part. In any case, that's not my point. The government betrays our nation's values by passing communist laws that forbid an honest man like me to make a living without hurting a soul. And that, Mr. Blacksad, is just wrong. I'd even say it's unconstitutional. Do you get my point now?
It doesn't just fit with you.
Okay, but that doesn't justify what you do for a living.
Oh boy. Did you hear anything I just said? Anyway, when the government passes these laws, there's only one legitimate weapon the people can wield. The same weapon that turned America into a great nation. Civil disobedience. So, as the proud American that I am, it's my duty to disobey.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, but there's no room for your ways in civil disobedience.
My ways? Oh, I know what you're getting at. But what's past is past. I wasn't always a boss, you know. No, sir. I started at the bottom, when Lucky Blitzen ran the show. That good for nothing. His was a reign of terror, extortion, violence, you know, that sort of unpleasant thing. When I took over, I decided I'd make people want to do my bidding. Not out of fear, but out of gratitude. I decided to help people so they would help me.
That beating your thugs gave me was really helpful. Thank you so much.
Those poor bastards didn't even know you were a detective, that you were on our side.
Maybe at first, but when they tied me up and beat the socks off me, they knew very well who I was.
Seriously? That goes against my rules. Who was it?
It was just Wilson the Buffalo.
It was just Wilson.
That bastard. Don't you worry. I will have a serious talk with him. I cannot tolerate this behavior. Please accept my apologies, Mr. Blacksad. You see, a lot of people work for me. Many families depend on my business. Not only that, St. Christopher's Hospice practically lives on my donations. The widows of my late employees are set for life. Their kids get free schooling. The cops leave me alone because they know my business doesn't hurt anyone. On the contrary. And, it looks like we're here.
Where's he taking us?
Yale's apartment?
I told you, I'm on your side. Go ahead, search the place. I'll wait down here. When you're done, maybe you'll change your mind and share your findings with me. Or not. It's your call, Mr. Blacksad. I'll make sure you're suitably compensated. Wilson, come here.
A woman's fragrance. Almost angelical.
Scarf. It's Mary's scarf at Bobby Yale's place.
I'm not sure how Yale's love of pickles will help me crack the case, but it's good to know.
I love me a good pickle too. Dishes do suck.
The worst thing about O'Leary's boys dropping by isn't the beating, but the fact that I can't tell what's theirs and what's Yale's. Doesn't seem like the best food for a boxer. Then again, it could be your classic bookie thug lunch.
Forgetting we can do that. Malfontaine Denis.
17th century French fables. Mayor must be one boring old lady.
Bobby seems like a nice kid, but I barely know him.
Nice slice.
Hmm.
New York style. Fold that bitch in half. All greasy.
That means she's been here recently, but why? What does Sweet Mary have to do with Yale, the murder suspect?
I don't think she's so sweet there, buddy boy. The Sicilian capo.
So, you like your mob stories, don't you, Bobby? Seems like Bobby inherited something more than boxing skills from his father, besides the tendency to vanish into thin air, of course.
Alright, we can't look around there.
Nice chain. So, you like your mob stories, don't you, Bobby?
It looks like it's the lamp, not the book. Alright, so we can dip out the back. I think that's what we
Why
did
would
last
you want
time.
such a big closet for so few clothes? Unless someone emptied it recently.
Complete poems.
Copy
Avenarius.
1 of 3. Do you know any of his relatives?
His father, Avenarius.
Avenarius? The boxer poet? Didn't he disappear 20 years ago?
He did. He did.
Judging by the general state of the apartment, they were leading a quiet life. Judging by the general state of the apartment, they were leading a quiet life. When I left, I told O'Leary I hadn't found a thing. The minute I was alone, I left for Mary's.
That's what I wanted to do.
But before all that, I took a small parting gift for her.
And now O'Leary thinks we're on the up and up.
I've never trusted angels.
Mr. Blacksad? What a...
Surprise?
What a dick.
When they fall, they turn into demons.
Joey told me he was going to spend the afternoon painting the gym and that Bobby would be fixing something up on the roof. So, after I found the body and called the police, I went to Bobby's place, but he wasn't there.
How did you open the door to his apartment?
I think it was already open. Everything is so confusing. I'm sorry, Mr. Blacksad.
Don't be. I'm here to figure it all out. What's your relationship with Bobby Yale?
He was like a son to Joey, and we were about to get married, so, you know.
Okay, I think it's time to set things straight.
Okay.
I knew you were cheating on Dunn with Yale. Or was it the other way around?
No. How can you even think of something like that?
How can you convince me otherwise? I found a picture at Yale's apartment. It's you and him on a roller coaster. Care to explain, Miss Purnell?
I'm not white, Mr. Blacksad.
What?
7 of my great-grandparents were white. The 8th was black. According to law, I'm a black citizen, even if my skin says the contrary. Do you know what that means when you're born in North Arlington, Alabama?
Segregated schools.
Segregated schools and a worse education for colored children.
We even have different water fountains, for God's sake. The separate but equal doctrine and all that.
That crap.
And all the lies. That's why I moved here. No one knows what color my great-grandparents were.
I completely understand you, Mary.
Just think if you were also a woman. He's my nephew, Mr. Blacksad. Joe and I first started taking care of poor Bobby when my sister died. That was when he was almost 15. The 3 of us went on that trip to Luna Park.
So this is where Joe Dunn comes in.
Bobby was the only one who knew about me and Joey. We were afraid that someone would use my past to ruin his career.
It's not the first time I hear that story.
She should have said something.
You should have told me this sooner.
I've been hiding it all my life. I'm sorry.
All right, we can hear something, see something, and smell 2 things. So what's cooking? Okay, so that's what
TV
we
and
can
radio all in one. Where will these mad times lead us?
Oh, wow. Craziness. These are their eyeballs, you know?
Mary smells like... Actually, the whole room smells like a pie fresh out of the oven. So I can't identify any other fragrances.
Femininity starts at home. We can smell one more thing. What is it?
Fresh out of the oven. The whole room smells like pie.
Oh, you can see that aroma, the white smoke.
That cherry pie smells so good. I'm starting to get hungry.
Thanks. I pulled it out of the oven right before you arrived. Oh, where are my manners? I'm the worst hostess in the world. Let me go get a knife from the kitchen. And you must be thirsty. Let me see. OJ? Coffee?
No, give me some water.
Water's good, thanks. She's wearing the same clothes in both pictures, so she's probably telling the truth. Sorry, I was going to help you with that.
We're just gonna eat the whole pie? I guess that'll get rid of the smell, huh?
I couldn't help but notice a queen-size bed in the room.
You what?
Sorry. I had to make sure Bobby Yale wasn't hiding in there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Joey bought this place. It was going to be our home after the wedding. I left my apartment and moved in so I could save some money.
If he had left his own apartment and moved in, you could have saved twice the money.
I'm no hooker, Mr. Blacksad.
You should open a bakery and sell these pies.
Thanks. Joey used to say the same thing.
About Sonia Dunn and the ring, I managed to hide the truth from her.
I appreciate it, but at the same time...
What?
No, nothing. Maybe she has a right to know.
I didn't think we hid the truth. I thought we told her.
Are you sure you don't know where your nephew is?
I've looked everywhere. He's nowhere to be found.
Don't worry. I'll find him.
Thank you.
Your secret is safe with me.
I'd like to believe you.
All right, we got two smells. Where's the
Now
pie?
that there's almost no pie left, the scent has also disappeared. Interesting. Now Mary smells like a huge dog. Mary, when are you going to stop lying? I know your nephew is here. I can smell him.
What? No. I already told you I don't know where he is.
Look, I understand why you're protecting him, but it's in his best interest to end this hide and seek.
You can search the whole house if you want. Go ahead. He's not here.
Wait a minute. She's not the one who smells like that. That's where Bobby Yale's scent is coming from. So, that's why you were sitting there.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Could you step aside so I can check, please?
Please go.
Mary, for Christ's sake, put that knife down, would you?
Leave or I'll...
Calm down.
Mary, please, calm down.
Calm down.
I mean it.
I don't want to hurt you.
Leave her alone!
Bobby!
Hit him with the tray. It's totally a tray. I just couldn't get it lined up. Give it to me. I like how my tie is blowing in the wind. Ow, that's good. Dude, you don't stand a chance against a boxer. I don't know which way to dodge. Every way I dodge is wrong.
Bobby!
Call an ambulance. Do as I say. Go on, call an ambulance. Do it now. In the face of a heart attack, there's two things you can't forget. One, stay calm. Two, 1 chest compression per second. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi.
Bobby! Oh, Bobby! Thank you, Bobby.
No. You're
Bobby! Thank you.
I had lots of reasons to consider this a great day. I had investigated a suicide case. I had discovered that, in truth, we were dealing with a murder.
That's right, we did.
I had found and captured the prime suspect.
I had.
And I had saved a life.
Yeah, I did. And I got my ass kicked.
And yet, everything in me screamed that something was going wrong. Terribly wrong.
I mean, it was all a little easy. But why would Bobby Yale kill him?
Promise me you won't take the law into your own hands. I'd like to think we're not just vigilantes.
I want a gun.
What the hell?
Bang, bang, bang.
fair amount of violence, extortion, and casualties.
I hate detectives.
Bang, bang, bang!
You're dead meat, cat.
That you, Smirnov?
You seem agitated. Nightmare?
Yeah, I got a lot of those.
Yeah, I have a lot of those.
Yeah, that makes two of us. Anyway, why don't you go home? In his current condition, Yale's not going anywhere. Besides, we'll take it from here.
Who is that? Can we trust him?
I know how to pick my men, John. You? I'm not so sure. I asked you not to get involved, or at least give me a heads up.
If I hadn't intervened, Bobby Yale could be dead.
If you had warned me, maybe we could have avoided a heart attack.
How could we have avoided it? Called him.
Anyway, what's done is done.
See, I can't even do this right.
When exactly did you realize that he killed Dunn? Out of sheer curiosity. I'm a cop after all.
The murderer was his. He tried to kill me.
To be honest, I'm not so sure Yale killed anyone.
How about the motive? Any ideas?
We wanted to call the White House.
I know Dunn wanted to call the fight off after something Yale did, but I still don't know what.
In any case, hopefully Yale will tell us more.
Would you let me ask him some questions when he wakes up?
I know you will, with or without my permission.
What a
So,
dick. Why
I'd
would
rather
you
not
not
feel
do it?
betrayed. In exchange, drop by the station when you can. Your investigation could really help my men. Who, by the way, must be waiting for me to interrogate Mary Purnell. Boy, she was hard to pry from Yale's side.
Don't go too soft on her. That girl's quite the liar.
Will do. Thanks for the advice. And as for you, go get some rest. God knows you need it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I can't promise anything.
Tell the nurses to look at that face of yours. You look like a film detective in his last scene.
I'm afraid this film isn't over yet.
For your sake, I hope you're wrong. You're in charge now, officer.
Okay.
I'll send you relief in 6 hours. Understood?
Doctor,
Who are...
Oh, detective. Congratulations. You fared pretty well against that kid. Better than most would have. Now, if you'll excuse me.
do I look like I fared well to you?
Who the fuck is this guy? Dr. Palmer.
We, as a society, simply don't trust reptiles. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is our extended belief that there's logic to that distrust, that it's natural and well-founded. How's Yale? Is he awake?
Oh, yeah. Go check on him before he falls asleep again. Although, try not to bother him with too many questions.
What's his current condition?
It's too soon to tell. He did have a heart attack after all.
Go away. I don't want to see you. The doctor told me to sleep.
I rarely get to interrogate a suspect with his guard down in a place as quiet as this. Getting the chance to study his body language with no distractions is a rare gift.
All right.
His heart rate is increasing. It could mean that he's lying, but it could also just be pure, unadulterated rage. He's clenching his fist, a sign of contained anger. He's looking straight at me. If he couldn't hold my stare, I'd think he's lying. But that's not the case. Clenched fist, fast heart rate, fixed stare. He feels some genuine rage towards me. I'm sorry you don't want to see me, but I saved your life, son.
Maybe my aunt feels gratitude. I certainly don't. Luckily, I just got my medication. I'll be snoozing soon.
All right, I'll just cut to the chase.
Is it the same ones?
Is he lying, or did his heart rate speed up out of rage?
Yeah, same ones.
Who killed Joe Dunn?
What? Are you trying to confuse me? Joe hanged himself.
Dunn was too short to hang himself with that rope.
So, it's true? He was murdered.
I know the murder weapon was yours.
What? The rope? I don't get it. What weapon do you mean?
Don't play with me, boy. The chest expander.
An expander? I've never had one of those.
All right. Let's just say that I believe you. The murderer killed Dunn with a chest expander and planted evidence to make us believe it was suicide. But he also left enough clues behind to make sure we found the true murder weapon. Then he put the chest expander box in your locker to frame you. Do you know anyone that twisted and who also happens to have a motive?
I don't know.
Maybe it was... What am I saying? Jake could never pull off something like that. Nothing. Never mind. What about Sonia Dunn?
Sonia? I doubt it. She's odd, but she's his daughter.
I've seen worse, believe me. What about Frank Cassidy? Do you think he has a motive?
Maybe. A few weeks ago, Joe took me to a boxing managers association meeting.
Headed by Cassidy.
Yeah. He was obsessed with making it illegal for boxers to fight without a manager, or without an associated manager. Everyone seemed to go along with it until Joe spoke up. He said that would lower us to mob status. That Cassidy had founded the association just to make money by monopolizing the sport. That made others think twice. And Cassidy ended up empty-handed.
Poor Cassidy.
What about O'Leary?
Desmond O'Leary certainly seems twisted enough. Did he have anything against Dunn?
I'm not sure if they knew each other. At least not in person. About a month ago, Joe kicked one of O'Leary's men out of the gym. He was trying to give a business card to...
Jake was Giambi.
Yeah, exactly. Did Jake tell you about that?
Something like that.
Blacksad. I think I owe you You know, my father disappeared when I was 6, right after winning a fight. We never heard from him again. Do you know what that does to a kid? Who knows where I'd be if Joe Dunn hadn't been in my life. Even when I lost my way and put a gun to his head years later, he still took me under his wing and managed to steer me in the right direction. And now that he's gone, you're risking your life to find his murderer. Thanks.
You're welcome. The number of cigarette butts is inversely proportional to my hours of sleep. Ah, damn.
I'm on boots. I want to look at the boots.
The hands say a lot about what's going on inside a person. Is that eye movement normal?
Come on, just get out of the way. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do.
He seems restless. Should I tell someone? Ugh.
Those are the same boots.
See, there's no fever whatsoever. He must be having a nightmare.
Are you sure?
Wouldn't you have nightmares too, after what he went through yesterday? I know I sure wouldn't sleep.
I have nightmares myself, but those go way back.
Oh, the poor thing. Do you know what my nightmare is? It's that witch I have to work with. Oh. Good thing she's got trauma surgery at 12:30, but I wish it were a little sooner, you know? Anyway, thank you for letting me know, and for bringing him in. You don't know how excited I am to be involved in a criminal case.
It might not be important, but I need to take a look at his medical report.
Alright, everyone's got a sleepy. There's no paint on him.
No, the footprints don't match. If Yale killed Dunn, he did it without stepping in the paint, or in different shoes. Hi.
You're awake, handsome?
So that it's cigarettes, phone, marina. Oh wow, we can see that shit.
Yale's medical report is right there. Mind if I take a look?
No, I don't think so, handsome.
What the fuck?
I'll take a pack of Morleys, please.
Honey, get me a pack of Morleys for Mr. Handsome.
Flavor country.
What if you show me Yale's report and I buy you dinner?
You're handsome, all right, but I'm not stupid.
I won't
There
be able
you
to
are.
read Yale's medical report if she's around.
Okay, I can't do anything there. Wow, Jesus is a lion. We haven't called her. You ready to blow?
Hello?
Blacksad here.
Please don't tell me my husband.
You have nothing to worry about, Mrs. Colbert. Do me a favor.
I take the money.
Enjoy your family.
Oh, thank God. Thank you, Mr. Blacksad.
Who are we gonna call her, Mom?
Hello?
Hi, Ray.
Hi. Who are you?
Take a guess. I already gave you a clue. I know your name, so...
I don't know.
That means I'm a detective.
No way. My Uncle John is a real detective. He's way cooler than you. Wait a minute. You're Uncle John. Uncle John, I guessed it. I'm a detective, too. Mom, it's Uncle John. I guessed it.
You got me, Ray. Congrats.
What did I win?
What do you want?
I want a gun. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang.
That's in our nightmare. What's going on there?
Good guys don't carry guns, Ray. You know why? Because they always end up shooting someone.
Yeah, that's why they're so cool. Oops, Mom's coming. Bye, Uncle John.
Ray, is that the way you say goodbye to your uncle?
Oops. Love you, Uncle John.
Now go put on your jacket. We're late.
Bang, bang, bang.
What a surprise. How are you?
Hey, Donna.
Bang, bang, bang.
Well, I'm still not over...
Come on. No.
Natalia, patience, John. Time heals all
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Hey, we're kind of in a hurry. Ray's got a dentist appointment. I'll call you soon, okay? I'm really sorry.
Sure. One last thing.
Ray, hurry up. We have to go.
Love you.
Love you, sis.
And I love you, little brother. Okay, now I really have to go. Bye, John.
Bye, Uncle John. Bang,
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 bang, bang. We probably should call Sonya and tell her we found him.
Dunn's Gym. Sheikh Ostiambe speaking.
Yeah, okay.
Jake, it's Blacksad. I just wanted to...
I have work to do, John. Call you later. Ronald, get on that ring!
What the fuck? Guess we can't call Sonya?
Jerry Highfill. Long time no see.
Blacksad, I didn't want to wake you. How's the boy?
Asleep.
I hope he recovers in time for the fight. I got tickets. Although between you and me, he doesn't stand a chance. It'll be a fun bout, nonetheless. Not like this. God.
Not like this.
You want to smoke?
Don't smoke or drink. No vice for me. Smoking's dirty. Alcohol goes straight to your head. And women, they're all just mean. Well, everyone except mine.
Oh.
Are you sure about that? Not even one little vice?
Nope. Between you and me, when someone gives in to vice, it's because something's missing. Something in their life just isn't right. I've got a good wife, a good job, a good house, a good TV, and a good hobby. Sports. Well, watching them, that is. What else do I need, eh? Blacksad, vice is for losers. Man, I'm bored.
You say you've got a good job, and yet you're bored.
Well, it's just a figure of speech, really. I like my job. Is it boring? Yes, but I can entertain myself with a good fight or a football
All right.
game. Well,
We're gonna wrap
watching
it up.
them, that is.
Are the odds against Yale that bad?
The boy's talented, don't get me wrong. But stone is stone, you know? I bet half my pay, but you know, no vice for me.
Well, I'm going back in.
Yeah, we'll pick it up next time, wherever it loads. I am literally about to pass out on you guys. So, drop a like if you haven't already. Drop us up if you're new. I'm out.